For years, football has tried to move on from Cristiano Ronaldo, yet he enters the 2026 World Cup with one final dream and perhaps Portugal's strongest squad ever. At 41, most legends fade away, but Ronaldo keeps scoring, winning, breaking records, and dominating conversations worldwide. Many dismiss the Saudi League, others point to his age, some insist he's finished. Yet this is the same player who conquered England with Manchester United, dominated Europe with Real Madrid, succeeded in Italy with Juventus, delivered Portugal's first major title at Euro 2016, added 2 Nations League trophies, and became international football's top scorer. His numbers speak loudly. Over 900 career goals, 143 for Portugal, 140 Champions League goals, 14 at the Euros, goals across 5 World Cups, and more than 200 international appearances. Still, one prize remains missing: the World Cup. Unlike previous tournaments, he won't carry Portugal alone. With Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, João Neves, Bernardo Silva, and Nuno Mendes, Portugal now ranks among football's most balanced national teams. Guided by Roberto Martinez, Portugal won all 10 Euro qualifying matches, scored 36 times, conceded just twice, lifted the 2025 Nations League after defeating Spain, and cruised through World Cup qualifying with one of Europe's most dangerous attacks. That changes everything because Ronaldo no longer has to do it all himself. Instead, he can focus on decisive moments, finishing chances, shifting momentum, handling pressure, and inspiring belief when it matters most. That's why the 2026 World Cup could become the final chapter that completes his story. For years, people have tried to retire Ronaldo through criticism rather than reality. Every missed chance, lost final, viral post, and comparison becomes another reason to question him. His career is no longer judged normally. Goals become evidence he's still elite, while defeats become arguments that he should have stopped. After Messi completed his World Cup journey in 2022, Ronaldo's setbacks stopped being ordinary disappointments. Everything became a legacy debate. Missed opportunities became content, while defeats fueled endless discussions online. The move to Al Nassr only intensified the scrutiny. Leaving Europe after his second Manchester United spell wasn't viewed as a fresh start by many. It was seen as the end. The Saudi Pro League became the measuring stick. Scoring meant stat padding, losing meant proof of decline, and celebrating brought criticism. No matter what he did, approval seemed impossible. Yet success keeps following him, and not frustrates his critics most. Throughout his career, outside noise has fueled rather than weakened him. May 2026 offered another reminder. Just days before securing the Saudi Pro League title, Al Nassr lost the AFC Champions League 2 final 1-0 to Gamba Osaka. Predictably, the criticism exploded. People called him washed, finished, and too old. Then Ronaldo responded the way he always has, on the pitch. A 4-1 victory over Damac on the final day saw him score twice, including a free kick in the 63rd minute and another goal in the 81st. Al Nassr finished on 86 points, edging Al Hilal by 2 and securing their first league title since 2019. Another answer delivered to the doubters. The electric winger from Old Trafford has disappeared. The ruthless Real Madrid machine is gone too, but his instinct, timing, and relentless drive remain untouched. That matters because the 2026 World Cup is different. For Ronaldo, it represents the final missing piece. To understand why this trophy still means everything, you must remember what he represented for Portugal long before this golden generation arrived. Now Portugal can rely on a squad packed with talent: Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Vitinha, João Neves, Nuno Mendes, Ruben Dias, Diogo Costa, João Felix, Pedro Neto, Francisco Conceição, and Gonçalo Ramos. The team has quality, depth, speed, creativity, and top-level European experience. Yet it wasn't always this complete. For a long time, Portugal's strategy was straightforward. Hope Ronaldo delivered. His debut came on August 20th, 2003 against Kazakhstan at just 18. At Euro 2004 on home soil, Portugal were expected to lift the trophy, but Greece stunned them in the final. A teenage Ronaldo left the pitch in tears after the first major disappointment of his international journey. The 2006 World Cup saw him become Portugal's youngest scorer at the tournament and help the team reach the semifinals. Still, controversy followed with the Rooney incident, heavy criticism and constant scrutiny. From the start, every move he made was judged. Euro 2008 ended in the quarterfinals. The 2010 World Cup brought only one goal and an early exit. By Euro 2012, Ronaldo scored 3 times and carried more attacking responsibility than ever, reaching the semifinals. Then came the 2013 World Cup playoff against Sweden, showing exactly how much Portugal depended on him. Zlatan Ibrahimovic kept Sweden alive and raised the pressure. Ronaldo responded with a hat-trick in Solna. Portugal advanced 4-2 on aggregate after winning 3-2 that night. Their World Cup place was secured because their captain produced when it mattered most. For years, that was Portugal's reality. They weren't always dominant, but Ronaldo could always change everything. That's why discussions about him remain complicated. Portugal are stronger and deeper today. Martinez has more tactical flexibility, and the team can win without Ronaldo. But his role was earned through years of carrying expectations, handling blame, and rescuing qualification campaigns. Heading into 2026, he owns 226 Portugal appearances and 143 international goals, both men's football records. He scored in 5 different World Cups, achieved before anyone else, and has won Euro 2016 plus 2 Nations League titles. Focusing only on his age ignores the bigger picture. Ronaldo is more than a veteran star extending his career. He remains the defining figure of modern Portuguese football. The questions are still fair, though. Can he press like younger attackers? Should he start every knockout game? Does his presence make Portugal less fluid and more predictable? Those are valid concerns. The mistake is thinking the answer is easy. Ronaldo's value in 2026 isn't what it was at 25 or 29. Now it's about decisive moments. One run between defenders, one header, one penalty, one free kick, one finish when a World Cup match stays locked. That's why the debate around him never ends. What makes Ronaldo so difficult to judge is that he refuses to fade into history. He no longer has the speed to erase every doubt, yet he remains dangerous enough to make those doubts feel misplaced. For the first time in years, he arrives at a World Cup with a Portugal side that doesn't need him to do everything, only to deliver when it matters most. For years, football has wondered when Cristiano Ronaldo would be finished. During that same period, Ronaldo has chased the one prize missing from his career, the World Cup. Before Portugal's golden generation, before their depth and midfield control, there was one certainty. They may not have had the strongest squad, but they always had Cristiano Ronaldo. Few careers can match Ronaldo's achievements. Success in England, Spain, Italy, Saudi Arabia, Europe, and Portugal. 5 Ballon d'Or awards, 5 Champions League titles, a European Championship, 2 Nations League trophies, over 900 goals, international scoring and appearance records, 143 Champions League goals, 143 international goals, and the only male player to score in 5 World Cups. These achievements aren't just statistics, they explain why one missing trophy still defines the conversation. The World Cup shapes football legacy like nothing else. Pelé is linked to 3 World Cup triumphs. Maradona is forever tied to Mexico 1986. Juventus, Real Madrid, and Champions League success filled Zidane's career. Yet France 1998 is what made him immortal. Before Qatar, Messi had already conquered nearly everything in football. Still, 2022 became the chapter that completed his legacy. That's the unique power of the World Cup. Rather than simply adding to greatness, it often defines it. Now, Ronaldo carries that same weight. Messi's World Cup triumph never diminished Ronaldo's achievements. What it did change was the way people compared them. Previously, their rivalry revolved around Ballon d'Ors, Champions League nights, El Clásicos, and contrasting styles. After Qatar, the discussion shifted. Messi owned the one trophy Ronaldo lacked. From that moment, every Ronaldo story became measured against it. A goal in Saudi Arabia became not Europe. A missed opportunity became proof for critics. A lost final turned into the debate is finished. That's not analysis, it's legacy warfare. Remove the noise and Ronaldo's career remains extraordinary. When he arrived at United, he was talented but unfinished, raw, exciting, and sometimes inconsistent. Under Ferguson, that potential became production. By 2007-08, he was English football's most dominant player, Premier League champion, Champions League winner, and Ballon d'Or holder. Europe's biggest move never happened, but he still dominated at home. 2 Serie A titles and a flood of goals proved his scoring worked beyond Spain. Back at United, the goals returned before controversy and an ugly exit followed. Everyone remembers that interview. Then Al Nassr reshaped how people viewed him. To many critics, Saudi Arabia became a joke. For Ronaldo, it was simply another place to score and refuse retirement narratives. His international career, however, tells the bigger story. Euro 2016 remains his most emotional triumph. Facing France in the final, he suffered an early injury after Payet's tackle. He tried to continue, but couldn't. After just 25 minutes, he left the field. The rest of the match saw him directing teammates from the sidelines. Portugal eventually won 1-0 through Eder in extra time. Though absent from the pitch, Ronaldo's influence defined the occasion. At last, Portugal had a major trophy, replacing years of disappointment. Another title followed with the 2019 Nations League. Even at 40 in 2025, he remained decisive as Portugal defeated Spain in Munich. Twice Spain led, and twice Portugal responded. Ronaldo scored the second equalizer, his 138th international goal, before a 5-3 penalty shootout victory. Afterward, he admitted Portugal's success meant more than club honors. That game challenges the simplest Ronaldo criticisms. He wasn't being carried to glory. Against Spain in a major final, he delivered when Portugal needed him most. Looking toward 2026, the key question is whether Portugal can maximize his impact without depending entirely on him, because this squad is different. Under Martinez, Portugal were outstanding before Euro 2024. They won all 10 qualifiers, scored 36 goals, and conceded only twice. This team no longer waits for Ronaldo to save them. Vitinha controls the tempo, João Neves brings energy and composure, while Bruno Fernandes adds creativity and danger in the final third. Bernardo Silva brings composure, vision, and control, dictating the pace without overcomplicating play. This midfield represents Portugal's biggest tactical evolution in years. Past generations had star power, but often lacked control. Now they can keep possession, play through pressure, and create chances with patience, qualities crucial in tight World Cup knockout matches. Out wide, Portugal offer multiple threats. Rafael Leao adds strength and direct attacking intent from the left. Pedro Neto provides speed and danger on the break. Francisco Conceição thrives in 1v1 situations. João Felix links midfield and attack effectively. Meanwhile, Nuno Mendes, who scored against Spain in the Nations League final and helped create Ronaldo's goal, remains one of football's most dynamic left-sided players. At the back, Ruben Dias supplies leadership and defensive stability. Diogo Costa has become Portugal's trusted penalty specialist. Overall, this squad appears more balanced than most teams from Ronaldo's era. The challenge is no longer talent, it's how everything fits together. At 41, Ronaldo cannot play the same role he did at 26. Constant pressing is no longer his game. Beating multiple defenders from wide areas is no longer expected. Instead, he excels as an elite penalty box presence. His movement between center backs remains dangerous. Opponents still fear his aerial ability. His positioning continues to create space for teammates around him. Should Portugal rely too heavily on Ronaldo, their attack risks becoming predictable. But used wisely as the final target in a creative team, he becomes far more dangerous. Bruno Fernandes can find him quickly. Bernardo controls the rhythm. Vitinha attracts pressure. Leao and Mendes stretch the left side. Neto or Conceição attack from the right. In that setup, Ronaldo is no longer carrying Portugal, he is simply finishing the moves. That is why 2026 feels unlike previous tournaments. Ronaldo has conquered nearly every challenge in football. Only the World Cup remains unfinished. For years, Portugal depended on Ronaldo. Now, Portugal may finally be capable of carrying him toward history. The World Cup faces an unusual reality because Cristiano Ronaldo is still highly relevant. At 41, he should be a legend remembered by younger players, yet he arrives as Portugal's captain once again. Goals continue to come and opponents still face the same difficult question: how do you stop him? He no longer needs to dominate an entire match. One cross, one rebound, one penalty, or one defensive lapse can be enough. This is the Ronaldo Portugal take into 2026. Not the winger who terrorized fullbacks, not the Madrid-era transition machine. Instead, he is an elite penalty box specialist whose understanding of space remains elite. Most importantly, Portugal now possess the structure to maximize that strength.
Earlier, Portugal often relied on Ronaldo to rescue matches. Today's Portugal creates chances long before the ball reaches him. Instead of carrying the attack alone, he now finishes the move. That's what makes this side so difficult to stop. Sit deep, and Portugal's playmakers pull defenses apart. Step forward, and Leão, Neto, or Conceição attack the space behind. Focus too much on the wings, and Bruno and Vitinha exploit the middle. Lose track of Ronaldo for a moment, and he still makes teams pay. Should he score early at this World Cup, everything changes fast. Media attention skyrockets, and old comparisons return. Every Portugal game becomes a debate about legacy. That's the pressure his presence brings. Great football stories love a perfect ending, and few understand that stage better than Ronaldo. This could be his 6th World Cup appearance. After becoming the first man to score in 5 straight World Cups in Qatar 2022, he now enters Group K with DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Nothing about that group will be viewed normally. If Portugal cruise through, people will wonder if the impossible is within reach. Any struggle will spark questions about Ronaldo's role. Goals will fuel the debate, while silence will invite criticism. With Cristiano Ronaldo, there is never a quiet narrative. A World Cup title would complete the last missing piece of an extraordinary career. Falling short wouldn't damage his legacy, but one question would remain forever. The remarkable part isn't that Ronaldo is still here. The remarkable part is that Portugal may finally be ready at the exact same moment.